Welcome back to my survival world. Last episode we found this secret shop structure hidden in a dark oak forest, as well as a refined copper bolt which can be used to buy the items that are in the shop. After finding a few bolts, we bought the steam gun as well as these inventor's goggles that I'm wearing now. I also built this rushed house project so that we could have somewhere safe to stay since we were unable to craft a bed. My goals for this episode are to find a few more refined copper bolts so we can buy a mechanist and set up a bit of a home for him, probably by expanding this home. If we can buy some more custom items, that would be great too. Now, we do already know where a couple of refined copper bolts are from when we were exploring last episode. They should be over here in the old growth taiga. I don't remember exactly where. I don't know how far away we were from our house, from the secret shop, when we saw it. But the inventor's goggles, here we go, should help them glow. Okay, so we have a refined copper bolt down there dancing around. Let's get ready to head down there. Okay, hold on. Oh dear. This refined copper bolt may not be safe to get right now. It sounds like there's at least one shrieker down there, and we've just triggered it once, which means we get 2 more triggers before a warden spawns. I don't feel like we're in a good position to run away from a warden right now, so we're going to pillar back out of here. Okay, trigger number 2. Let's put a little wall right here. Bit of a torch so we can find our way back there when we are ready to go get it, but definitely not going to be right now. Now, I do believe there was another copper bolt over here. Yes, there it is, dancing around. And this one looks much closer to the surface. Okay, yeah, it's in a mushroom circle, just like the first one we found. So let's make a bit of a staircase down in there. And there we go. These things are so cute. I just love how they do the little dance. And that is now 2 refined copper bolts, which is enough to buy the mechanist. While we're out though, let's see if we can hunt down any more. I don't want to stray too far from the house because it isn't quite tall enough to be able to be seen over trees yet. That is part of what we're going to be doing today. So let's see if there are any refined copper bolts nearby. They should glow for us, but of course we still need to be looking in the right direction for them to be able to spot them. There's our trail ruin. Maybe let's come over here across the river. While we're out here we can, oh, there's one. Excellent. And yep, this looks like this one is pretty safe too. Just kind of caught here in a little cliff. Hello, little guy. Now don't fall in the water. Okay, great. If we can happen upon one more, I think that would be really great. Some animals. Oh, a sheep. Excellent. Okay. Got my shears. All right. Just in case we need to come back for more. Now we can craft a bed. Oh, that's going to be so nice. Let's also steam a few chickens. Okay, I don't see any more Oh, I'm a liar. We've got another sparkly pig here. So far, it looks like we've only seen sparkly pigs and a sparkling zombie. I wonder if those are more common. But let's get its copper bolt. Luckily, it's in the water, so it can't run away from us like the last one. They have tons of health. There we go. And now with 4 refined copper bolts, I think we're in pretty good position. We can buy a mechanist, and depending on how it works, we may even buy a second one. But first, we want to get prepared with a nice home for the mechanist to stay in. We also want to craft up a bed so we can finally sleep safely through the night. Once we extend our home some, we'll have the bedroom probably up on the 2nd floor, which I think is what we're going to do next. Last episode, I toyed with the idea of building a villager trading hall for our mechanist to live in. However, thinking about it now, we don't even know where a village is, or if we're ever going to need a villager trading hall for this particular playthrough. So, I think rather than doing that, I'm just going to have the mechanist live inside of our house, and we'll plan on extending our house quite a bit over the course of maybe several episodes. We'll start with the 2nd floor, and then we'll go from there. So I'm thinking if we move the bed to the 2nd floor, and we move the furnace and the stone cutter over to our actual like crafting area where all of our materials are, like so. I'll move the bed over here for now until we get that second floor built. Here's fine, respawn point. So I think we'll build a little bit of a paddock here of some sort for, you know, potentially up to a few villagers, just in case, again, we buy multiple mechanists, or maybe even this will be like a super basic villager trading hall if we end up finding some villagers or needing them. Now for that, I think I would like to use tough, but I don't believe I have quite enough. I also think we'll use some copper, which means we need to smelt some up. So since we need some tough, let's head over to our little cave system and make our way down to grab some. Now I had explored some of this area already to gather the little bit of tough that I needed for my build last time, which is why I have some tough bricks already. So as long as I can find my way back that direction, I know where we can grab some. The other thing we should do is grab more copper, just in case we can craft those refined copper bolts, as well as more coal. It's going to be hard to remember to use torches when our inventor's goggles are giving us night vision. So yeah, this is the way that I came last time to get down to the deep slate level to grab some tough. And over in this cave, yes. So we've got some tough right over there. Oh, and some lapis lazuli, great. Should grab that too. I didn't grab a whole lot last time besides the tough. I did find a diamond over there, I think. But just the one. Some iron as well. Hello, sir. $32 should be good. There are a few other ores down here that I think I want to grab, some redstone and such, just in case we need it later. So we'll go ahead and do that before returning to the surface. We'll grab this lapis real quick. And iron. Oh, it's nighttime now, of course. We should make an easier way to get down to this cave. Maybe we'll dig a little tunnel from the secret shop to here. But for now, this will do. We also need some more logs, primarily oak and birch, to complete our second floor. So go ahead and grab those, and then we'll start building. And there we go. Second floor for our house is completed. I think we're still definitely going to add more over time. I kind of want this to end up being a little bit of kind of a tower mansion type thing. I think that'll be really cool. But for now, the second floor is all we need. We can reach over the trees now so we can see it from just a little bit further away, which will allow us to explore a little bit further. We also have a little bit of a basically micro villager trading hall right here on the first floor. As you can see, I incorporated a little bit of copper with these copper trapdoors, and then some tuff for the actual enclosure area. There's also some rails around the edges here just to be safe, to ensure that if any mobs do somehow get in here, they won't be able to pathfind to and reach the villagers that are inside. Again, I only expect this to be used for a mechanist or two, at least for now, but in theory the rails will also allow us to easily transport other villagers directly into whatever remaining slots that we have, and then we can just place their workstations on one side or the other. Up here on the second floor, it is just a little bit brighter. I used the birch planks to look a little bit lighter from the outside, while still working really well with the dark oak and cobblestone, but it makes the second floor inside look much happier and more pleasant than downstairs perhaps does. I used some of the remaining building materials to spice up our bed area where our respawn point is already set, And the rest of this will be filled out, I'm sure, over time, potentially with more storage, maybe enchanting stuff. We'll see how that goes. We'll see how we want to expand even higher. There is room up on the roof, cobblestone already prepared to make yet another floor of a different shape than this one. So I'm excited to expand and see what that ends up looking like. We do need some more food, but I believe for now I am most excited about seeing what this Mechanist has to offer. We do have 4 refined copper bolts right now, but we're going to start by buying one and see how he works. And then if we decide we want a second one, we can come right back down here and do that. All right, so we have 2 bolts. We should be able to afford it. Awesome. And we have a little bit of a villager here in our hands. This Mechanist item says spawns a Mechanist Villager who sells steampunk tools. So I'm excited to see what those look like. Let's get him up in the trading hall. We'll put him in the most internal section. There he is. Hello, sir. Well, he's not feeling too happy about being here, but let's see what he has to trade. Okay, so he can turn refined copper bolts into blocks of copper, should we need it. I haven't actually checked if we're able to craft refined copper bolts. Presumably, if we are, this is at a loss. But in case we have extra refined copper bolts and need blocks of copper, that's a good way to do that. We can also trade 5 copper ingots for 3 iron ingots. So in theory, we don't even really need like an iron farm as long as we can find enough copper, which is much more plentiful than iron, then we can just turn it into iron for whatever else that we need. That's pretty neat. He can also turn an iron axe and some blocks of copper into a steampunk axe, and the same for a pickaxe into a steampunk pickaxe. Looks like these both have the same ability. Blocks mined have a chance to drop raw copper. Okay, so that's how we can more easily potentially get copper. Obviously, we still have to smelt it, turn it into the iron ingots. But those seem pretty nice, and presumably they are better than iron. Maybe they're, close to diamond or something. I did have to use some blocks of copper for those copper trapdoors, but it does look like we have enough to buy both of those tools. I think we should definitely go ahead and do that. Okay, so let's see. We can get an iron axe into a steampunk axe, and an iron pickaxe into a steampunk pickaxe. These look pretty neat. I love little holes in them. The copper looks nice. They even have a different stick color. I think that's super cool. It looks pretty safe out here now. I'm tempted to give this guy a try. Maybe we'll chop down this tree so we can get rid of some of these leaves close to our house. So chopping down that whole tree gave us 6 raw copper, which isn't a lot, but as something incidental to be getting whenever we're chopping down trees or mining with the pickaxe, that seems like a pretty decent yield. And over time, that'll add up, and we can just get way, way, way more copper to turn into iron or do whatever else we want with it. So since the Mechanist had a trade for both a axe and a pickaxe, it stands to reason that he might have trades for a steampunk shovel or sword. It doesn't look like he can level up, he's a master already, so I wonder if buying a second one would open that up for us. However, we are only 1 bolt away from buying a rivet gauntlet as well, so I wonder if that would be more worthwhile for now. First things first though, we need some food, and I am curious to see if the steam gun will cook the salmon in the river as well. So far we've only tested it on chickens. Hello boys, let's see what this does for us. Okay, it does look like it steams these salmon as well. I think that's so funny. I don't know that if I'm ever going to get tired of that. That's all the salmon in the immediate area for now. 5 salmon is pretty good for the moment. It is nighttime again as well, so let's get to sleep here, up in our brand new bed. And then, yeah, I think I'd like to try finding 1 more refined copper bolt so we can get that rivet gauntlet. So let's see, we've explored towards that direction. We know there is one over there, but it's guarded by skull shriekers, and we don't want to summon a warden right now. We did a little bit over there, found a bolt over there. We came from approximately that direction, but we didn't actually travel this way, so that might be a good place to start. Oh, okay. Haha! Stumbled upon a copper pig. I guess it's a copper pig. Obviously the skin hasn't changed, but it has particles. Come here. Sir? Sir? Come back. Where are you going? There we go. Okay. So we got a copper bolt out of that. Perfect. That's all we needed. Are there any more around here? No. Okay. So let's head back home. By the way, if you are enjoying the series, please remember to subscribe and also check out my Patreon with the card up in the top right or the link in the description. It's a great way to support the channel and keep an eye on when new videos come out. Alright, 3 copper bolts. Let's buy a rivet gauntlet. Ho ho ho, yes. This looks nice. So this rivet gauntlet has +8 attack damage, so I think that's even higher than like a diamond sword. But more importantly, it says we can right-click to pick up a block and then right-click again to throw it. Let's give that a try. Grab. Oh, okay. Oh, this is cool. You can't even see my face. All right, and then we right-click again to throw. Nice. Oh, and it dropped it. That's kind of convenient. Does it do that all the time? Wah! No, probably just because it hit a wall then. Let's try and put it back in position. Like basketball or something. Oh, not quite. There we go. Oh, it broke. Okay. Well, luckily we can place them back. So that's pretty neat. Can we pick up like logs? Leaves? No. Okay. So we can't pick up anything. Pick up cobblestone. Whoop. Go put that back. But yeah, and then it has +8 attack damage, so honestly it probably just replaces our sword. We might not even need to buy another Mechanist and find out if there's a steampunk sword. I guess unless it's a lot stronger than this. This is pretty useful as, again, a semi-ranged sort of weapon, but it also has this melee attack if we end up needing it. Now, between having built the second floor of the house, buying the Mechanist, and buying this rivet gauntlet, that pretty much covers all the goals that I had for today. But I can't get that last copper bolt out of my mind down with the Skulk Shriekers. I'm wondering if there's a way that we would be able to get... Oh, hold on. Is that a village back there? I believe it is. That looks like a campfire. Another taiga village. An old growth taiga this time. So there's the bolt down with the Skulk Shriekers. I can hear a bat down there setting them off, but I don't think it's setting the Shriekers off, just the sensors. I'm assuming there's multiple because they keep going off. They're not going on cooldown. So that is good. That means that we can reasonably approach safely without the other mobs causing an issue for us. So let's come back to that later. I think for now we will go to the village here and see what it has to offer. And then after that, maybe we'll have some ideas about how to get that copper bolt. Oh, look at that. There's a copper bolt just sitting on the lake. Did a sparkly animal die? It doesn't really seem like that would make sense. But cool, free bolt. Sweet. Okay, let's head to the village. Oh, this is so cool, especially with the night vision. This bridge going right over this water ravine. Oh, that is so neat. This is the reason people have thalassophobia. Okay, well, let's see what we got here in the village. Some villagers, obviously. A fisher villager. Not a great trade. We do have a fair amount of coal, so if you really need emeralds, we can come back for that. But of course, we are never going to have to need to cook any fish. Let's grab these. Sugarcane. I don't think there's a chest in here. No, it doesn't look like it. Got a chest in... Oh, whoa! Well, there's a chest in here. Opened it up, and a copper bolt popped out. That's... Honestly, just finding these random copper bolts is so much fun. Like, the surprise of it all. Oh my goodness. I would just get copper bolts even if there wasn't a shop. It's just fun to collect. Okay, no bolt in that one. I kind of braced myself there just in case. You know, I'm realizing I think I actually got so distracted by the bolt that I didn't even grab the items from that other house. Yeah, I totally just left them here. That's so funny. Let's take this chest. There's a fox on that roof. Hello, sir. I have some sweet berries, but you don't have anything in your mouth that I want. Sometimes they can spawn with cool stuff. Let's see. Any crops here that we care about? It looks like probably mostly wheat. which I suppose isn't nothing. It saves us a little time having to grow some ourselves if we want to set up a farm. If we want to domesticate some animals. Did I really just say aminals? I meant animals. If we want to domesticate some animals. Nothing here. I think there's a second floor to these. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. Potatoes. Nothing else that I want. Okay. I think just a couple more houses here we haven't been in. Is there anything more over here? Doesn't look like it. Ow. Doesn't look like it. Well, cool. A very productive village visit. We'll have to remember this place if we do need to come back for any villager trades at all. In the last series, I didn't feel like it was very worth it, but it might have just been... Oh, that's super weird. Huh, that doesn't normally happen. Okay, I hope you'll forgive me. I want to gush about World Gen for a second, because I don't understand how this could possibly happen. I don't think it means anything, but... So typically, structures, specifically, villages and things, they generate before features, which are trees and stuff. Trees and grass and things. So they, roads, they match to the terrain. They kind of conform to the terrain, whereas houses are rigid. It means they don't conform to the terrain. They kind of fill in some terrain around them to make it a little bit smoother with the roads so that they don't, melt and fall apart. But the roads do melt. They do conform to the terrain, but they generate before trees. So this tree would have had to have generated before. I guess they do have these torches way off the beaten path. This tree might be part of the village, like part of the village structure. I didn't really know that was a thing, but that's pretty interesting. Even still, it's interesting that this road would still generate with it like that, with that block up there. But, oh well, that's enough gushing for now. It is getting late, so let's make sure we get back home before it gets dark. I think we'll try and go this way here. And then we'll try and get that refined copper bolt down with the skulk. Just out of curiosity, what's the next thing that we can buy? The steam drill is 5 bolts, so we're 3 away from that. We have all those. That's 8 bolts. That's the most expensive one. We'll probably do that last. Looks like hydraulic press is 3, steam engine is 4. So the hydraulic press is the next thing we'd be able to buy. Obviously, we don't have enough right now, but something to keep in mind. I think if we come in from here... Oh, hello. Oh, that is a strong punch. Oh my gosh. Okay, so my plan for this refined copper bolt. It might take a few in-game days, but I think I'm going to do it all in this episode. So you'll see a little bit of montage as we progress through the steps. I think I'm going to build a bit of a staircase down, with the goal being that we sort of land on the copper bolt right at the bottom of the staircase. At a certain point, we're going to get close enough to trigger the skulk sensors and the skulk shriekers, and so at that point, I'm going to try and trigger them twice, and then quietly run away, sneak away, and leave for, a day, however long the cooldown takes on the shriekers and the warden summoning. And then I'll return and jump down, just like totally bolt in there, grab the bolt, pillar up. So we've gotten our staircase down into the pit. I've now triggered the skulk shriekers twice. So the next noise I make will summon a warden. We're going to avoid that, but I can see the bolt. I can see the little box it's in. So I'm going to leave now and come back after, a day or so, maybe not even. And hopefully by then, my next trigger won't summon the warden. We can jump down there, grab the bolt, and leave. While I was waiting for night to fall, I decided this would be a good time to fill in some of the creeper holes that have popped up around our house. I had to gather a little bit of dirt and do some additional landscaping around the front, but finally I got all of the holes filled in. At some point we still need to gather some lush blocks and use them to pretty up the space around the house, possibly even back here. I'm kind of leaving this open in case I want to put a build here, but I don't know what yet. Might depend a little bit on what the next few things that we buy are. But I'm excited to do a little bit of that beautification. I think at this point that might wait until next episode. So let's continue on with the quest for the Skulk Bolt. So first let's make sure the area up here is clear. We're not going to get jumped by anything. Think we're good. Okay. So we're going to very carefully jump down here while sneaking. And we're for sure going to trigger it once. We're going to aim for only once, if we're fast enough. Oh! What? Hold on. Okay, twice. 2 triggers. Nope, 3. Oh gosh. Oh no. Oh gosh. I think it's just really, really loud. I think that it can't actually sense us from this distance. Oh, it's just like a really, like, practically global noise. Oh gosh, I really thought that was only 2 triggers. Oh boy. Okay. But we did it! We got the copper bolt, and in fact we got a second one. When I mined the block above in the cage, a copper bolt popped out of that. I wonder if it's kind of like the chest back at the village, and just kind of sometimes when you do random actions, you get a copper bolt. Again, just adds to the fun of collecting these things. I don't even, like, if there wasn't a shop, I would still be having a lot of fun finding these copper bolts. They're so cute. But that is a total of 4 refined copper bolts we have now, which means we could not only buy the hydraulic press, we could instead buy the steam engine. But that will be a decision for the future. I think we'll tackle that next episode. Please remember to subscribe and check out my Patreon to see what kinds of things I am working on and keep updated on when new videos come out. Thanks for watching.